Natasha, thanks. New York City will become the first in the U.S. to roll out what sounds a lot like a vaccine passport. The mayor there says people who want to enter restaurants, gyms, or other entertainment venues will need proof of vaccination starting next month.
Countries in Europe have already rolled out similar measures and incentives to try to get people vaccinated. But can that happen here in Texas? Let's bring in attorney Raji Dunn. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, we know Texas Governor Greg Abbott has signed a bill banning vaccine passports, but is there any circumstance where that might be overridden, say by the federal government?
Well, certainly the federal government could overrule it. Also, it's important to note that Abbott's executive order only prohibits businesses that are receiving government funds from requiring a passport. So if you're a private business and you don't have a contract with the government of Texas, you can require a passport of COVID.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about that, because today the mask mandate for city employees here in Houston goes into effect. We heard from both the county attorney and the city attorney yesterday, and basically their argument is that the governor's power is not absolute and they can do things to help with workplace safety. So do individual cities have the ability, in your opinion, to do mask mandates or vaccine passports despite the governor's ban?
I think that's going to be a very tough and tight legal question. OSHA requires all employers to have a safe workplace, so they can say the federal law can control, but it's going to be a very close legal call, and I think we need to stay tuned to see what happens if the cities can override the governor based on federal law.
All right, let's talk about different types of businesses, especially private ones. Where do they fall under all of this?
Well, private businesses are allowed to require COVID passports unless they're taking state government funds per Governor Abbott's order.
And Ruggie, schools fall under Governor Abbott's order, and I know a lot of the districts right now are probably rushing to figure out, is there a loophole where I could, mandate masks for my local school district? What is your opinion on what schools' recourse is right now?
Again, the schools will require and rely on federal law to say that trumps Governor Abbott. They could also just simply implement it and wait for the state government, the attorney general, to sue the school district, tie it up in the courts for hopefully a while, and that would give them at least some interim relief. Hopefully by then, maybe the Delta variant is under control.
What is your gut instinct on this, about any changes that may come about on this if it happens to be successful in New York? Let's say that more people get a vaccine and that fewer people are getting sick there. Do you think that we could see changes where it might become more of a normal thing?
Well, most of the corporate employers that I represent are implementing mandatory vaccine of their employees. They're going to require COVID passports of customers in some cases. So I think that's the trend. And obviously, if the measures in New York City and other places work, then I think other cities and state governments are going to follow.
Okay. Raghi, we appreciate your time this morning and a lot of insight onto the legal aspect of a lot of these questions. So thank you, and we hope you have a great day.
Welcome.
We'll
Thank
see you soon.
Bye-bye.